In the cold night, a new fire hisses, and in its glow, stories rise with the smoke. By a lakeshore, a man we might call Kofi watches amber sparks ascend like messages into the black. It was here, in the circle of firelight, that shared words turned strangers into partners and gave them the courage for the long road out of Africa. Seasons turned, the wild seed was tamed, and in turn it tamed us, binding us to the soil. Along the Nile, rich silt clung to ankles. Between the Tigris and Euphrates, canals stitched fields to villages. Storing grain demanded counting, which led to marks on clay. Rules followed, and leaders rose to govern the rivers and the debts. The first cities took root, built on the promise of the next surplus. To the east, by the Indus, and farther north, along the Yellow River, civilizations learned to command floods and fears. Temples rose, kings took census, and rituals wove the first threads of faith. The question became, how do strangers agree on what is fair? The answer was written in law, sealed in clay, and sworn in oaths. Scale invited new experiments. The Persian Empire linked its provinces with roads and couriers. Mauryan India catalogued its forests and war elephants, while Han China trained officials to manage harvests and maintain peace. Bureaucracy became a tool, citizenship a promise. From the west, Rome extended its rights along paved roads and coastlines, creating a world connected by a common sea. Caravans threaded the Silk Roads, and monsoon captains rode the Indian Ocean. Goods moved with ideas. Pilgrims walked beside porters. Beliefs traveled too. Judaism framed community through law. Buddhism offered release from suffering. Confucian ethics shaped duty and rule. In desert oases and crowded ports, merchants swapped scriptures with their spices. But connection was not always peaceful. Power gathered on horseback as steppe confederations redrew the maps of trade and fear. And quiet revolutions slipped between empires: paper, gunpowder, the compass. Plagues and droughts would periodically reset the board, but the networks of exchange always grew back, stronger than before. Then a splash of ink and the oceans began to shrink. In a cramped workshop, an apprentice set metal letters that would bite into paper, changing the world with every impression. On a wind-bitten tea, sailors heaved casks aboard a creaking caravel. The printing press and the ocean-crossing ship connected humanity into a single, unequal world. The Columbian Exchange rewrote global diets and ecologies, while new pathogens shattered empires. Pamphlets multiplied. In 1517, a monk's protest flew from the presses, sparking a revolution of faith. Soon after, the scientific revolution and the Enlightenment taught millions not just what to think, but how to question. A steam whistle pierced the dawn, and revolutions in energy and politics erupted. From the American colonies to Haiti, the world demanded to know who counts as a citizen. Industry shifted our reliance to coal and oil, reshaping daily life and the face of the planet. The trenches of 1914 and the ruins of 1945 were the terrible price of this new power. In their wake, empires crumbled and new nations rose. Today, your screen is the new town square, your feed the new pamphlet. Digital links accelerate trade and rumor alike. We still face the same fundamental questions our ancestors did by the fire. We bargain between technology and liberty, between ambition and our planet's limits. This history matters because it is happening now. It is in what you buy, how you work, and who you trust. It is the story of us, and the next chapter is still being written.